Are you currently at sort of like a standstill in your business? You may have worked your butt off to get where you are now, but something inside you is telling you, is nagging at you and say there must be more. You kind of plateaued and you want to go to the next level. That next level may be more money or more freedom or anything. You don't know how to get there. You feel sort of like stuck. In this video, I want to share how maybe, just maybe, quite possibly, it is actually your own brain who is self-sabotaging you from getting to that next level. And I'm also going to give you a tiny little tool how to work to a breakthrough, to actually work your way towards getting to the next level. Hey, I am Rianne and I am super passionate about helping you train your courage and your mind muscles to make sure that you feel that you deserve to be, do, and have everything that you want. And yeah, that's possible. Now, I want to take you back a little while ago, a few years ago. It was about a year before I left for Bali, and I was a management consultant. At that time, I was working for 3 different clients, a lot of hours. I was trading hours for time, or hours for money, I should say. And I was working for 3 different clients at the same time, almost 4 to 5 days a week. And I was working my ass off. But something inside already back then was nagging like, this can't be it. It can't be why I started my own business. It can't be the case that I wanted more freedom. That was my desire. I wanted more freedom. And now still I was working my butt off. Yeah, I was, getting more money, but it wasn't giving me the freedom that I desired. So this little thing inside me started nagging. Now, what I didn't know back then, what I knew now, was that I actually was self-sabotaging my own behavior because of my beliefs. Now, I want to share with you how this works before I get to solutions and how this story ends. You see, our brain is an extremely complex organ. Like neuroscientists are all the time researching more and more and more and discovering more and more about how actually complex that organ is. And we all know by now that it's not just one big mushy thing. It's like there's different parts to it. And I want to talk to you about these 3 major parts that work together in this video. The first part of your brain is the neocortex. That's here. It's your analytical brain. It's actually what we place the most value on in our society. Like our entire school system digs into that one. It's where you do your critical thinking, your rational thinking. Every thought, like the thoughts that come, most of them, when you analyze them and you try to solve problems, that's your neocortex. That's your intellectual brain, so to speak. Now, the second part of the brain is the mammalian brain or the limbic system. And that is where your emotions are stored. So whenever, for example, you get triggered, let's say you're driving in traffic and somebody cuts you off and you get triggered, it's your limbic system that does that response, that gives you that response, that emotional response. You don't really, think about what you do. It's just like wham, right there. It's your limbic system, but all your emotions are stored in there. So whenever a thought from your neocortex pops up, immediately it's also followed by an emotional response from your limbic system. And then the third part of your brain, it's all the way at the back, it's the oldest part of your brain. It's called the reptilian brain, that's what we named it. And that brain is responsible for keeping you safe. It's its only job to make sure you're safe. Now, back in the day, like old ages, that was important because, you could have been eaten by a wild animal any day, anytime. But right now, we don't face that sort of danger anymore. But the reptilian brain doesn't know. It believes that everything that you have taught yourself, the habits that you're doing, is there for your own protection. It wants to keep you safe. Your reptilian brain does not like change. Ever. Reptilian brain is the part of the brain that keeps smokers smoking. Because when you stop, it's change. When you are a heavy smoker and you decide to stop, the decision is made here with your neocortex. But then your reptilian brain, in a couple of hours, will send that signal, you got to get out and smoke because, you've got that in the habit of smoking. So it must be good for you. It doesn't know right from wrong. Now, this sounds a little bit ridiculous maybe even, but that's how your brain works. And now, whenever we want to accomplish something, your analytical mind will make a decision. Okay, this is what I want. But then your reptilian brain is actually the one in charge. So when they get into a fight, this one usually wins. Now, back to the story. How does this relate to the story I was just telling you? When I was working almost 5 days a week for my customers, doing really well, but still that nagging feeling inside, like there must be something more, my reptilian brain was actually in charge at the moment, because I had been taught by my parents that you had to work for your money. And also I was raised with the notion like working hard is good for you. Working hard will get you ahead. You got to work hard. So that was my belief system. So my behavior followed that. And that's why in my reptilian brain, it meant like you had to work hard. And I even went as far as attaching working hard and being busy. I attached that to a sense of accomplishment, a sense of self-worth, a sense of identity. Like working hard, being busy was, a good thing. But somehow that nagging feeling inside my intuition was saying, hey, there must be more to this. There must be more to this. Now, if your reptilian brain is responsible for keeping you safe, and that means that every single habit that you have taken on, and not just your doing habits, but also your thinking habits, and in a previous video I talked about those, that means that whenever you are feeling stuck and feeling stagnated and not getting to that next level and you've plateaued for a while, most likely it is some sort of habit that is keeping you where you're at. So there's a belief system in your system that is keeping you where you're at. For me, that was the belief that I just told you about, about working hard is good for you, and even a sense of self-worth and identity attached to it. Now, there is a way to sort of like rewire your brain. But it's too much for me in this like 10-minute video to go into that. But I do want to give you a first step. Because whatever you want to change, and whether it's change in your business, you want to get to that next level, the change starts within. It starts within by you actually going on this inner journey of questioning which beliefs are keeping you from where you want to be. And yeah, this is a messy bit of work, because we are attached to our beliefs. We are attached to our convictions. Whatever our parents taught us when we were kids, we tend to believe them because we trust them or our caretakers. But right now, you're an adult. And if right now your beliefs are keeping you from where you want to be in your own business, whether it's more money, more freedom, anything you want, start inside. Start questioning your beliefs and your convictions. Because I promise you, there is self-sabotage in there. Every one of us is self-sabotaging ourselves. And if you believe right now, if you're saying to yourself, not me, well, that's a self-sabotaging thought right there. So, as usual, I have a series of journaling questions to get you started about digging in those beliefs. And this is a process of uncovering layer after layer. There's always more to discover. You won't do this, it's not like a one-time thing, like, oh, I do the journaling now and then I'm done forever. No, every single level requires a new set of releasing old limiting beliefs, as we call them. So, I have a download for you available again. Enjoy, start a journey. I'm inviting you to go on a journey because it's an exciting one. It may be confronting. Now, it may feel uncomfortable, like shit, I really believe that. I really believe that money is evil, for example, or whatever belief you may have. But trust me that once you uncover them and they're out in the open and you put light on them, you can deal with them and you can choose which new beliefs fit the next level that you're trying to accomplish, whatever that level may look like. So, it was my video for this week. I hope you enjoyed it. As usual, if you know anybody that you believe would benefit from this video, I would be so grateful if you shared it with them or send it to them. Send me a message as well if you want to ask me anything. Thank you for watching. If nobody else tells it you today, you are worth getting to that next level. You deserve everything that you want in your life. And please know that the only thing holding you back is actually you. So you can work on it. There's room. You can work on it. That's the only thing I want to say. So I hope you take this as an invitation. Ask me anything if you feel stuck or if you need help or whatever. And I'll see you next week for a whole new video. Bye.